Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing something really fun because I'm going to be collabing with LXS TV again. Yay! And we've decided that we're going to do a NYX FACE AWARDS inspired video. Obviously, as it's either just finished or it's still going on and it's coming up to the end. So obviously this has been going on worldwide, it's not even just in America anymore, and we thought that it would be really fun just to like come up with our own creations, just pick one of the themes kind of thing and just do our thing. So this is my look. I've done a good fairy and a bad fairy. I'm trying to think of what LXS TV's done. Something to do with Thumbelina, so go check out her video because you need to, okay? But yeah, no, I'm being serious. Go check out her video after you've watched mine, and yeah, I hope you think it's really fun. I have had a bit of a creative block lately, so I found this really fun to do just to get all my creative juices out. But anyways, I'm gonna stop babbling. Yeah, I hope you like this video. Whee! Alright, so I'm gonna be doing a voiceover today just because it's going to take way too long if I speak to the camera. It's going to be like an hour video. Yeah, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to moisturise my face with the Lacura serum, I think it's called, I don't know. Yeah, I'm literally just putting that all over my face. And then after that I'm going to use the NYX Illuminator, it's the pink one, and I'm literally just putting that all over my face as well. Alright, so now for foundation, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Dream Setting Foundation in the shade Light Honey. I'm just going to be applying this all over my face with a fluffy foundation brush. Okay, so now for eyebrows, I'm going to take this like flat rounded brush and I'm going to take the BH Cosmetics, I think it's like the purple gel liner or something like that. But I'm just going to use this to do my eyebrows. Obviously I want purple eyebrows. But yeah, I'm not going to do anything special, I'm just doing like what I usually do. So I'm just going to like quickly do them and then I'll be right back. Okay, so once I've done my eyebrows, I'm going to take the Unique Mineral Skin Perfecting Concealer with this synthetic concealer brush, I think it is, and I'm literally just going to clean up my eyebrows. Anyways, okay, so now that we've done that, we can go on to the concealers. I'm going to take the two Maybelline Eye Eraser concealers. One's nude and one is in the shade Light. I'm going to go in with the shade Nude first. I'm just going to put this like in all the usual places, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Light and I'm just going to put that on top. And then once I've done that, I'm going to blend it out with a beauty blender. Oh, and I'm also going to be using the NYX Dewy Setting Spray just before I blend it out. I just find that it helps. Alright, so once I've blended it out, I forgot to show you, but I did use the RCMA setting powder. It's just like a casual, I don't know, you should use any setting powder that you're used to using, but I'm just going to basically bake underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to take a fluffy brush and then just like dust it over the rest of my face and then wipe away the powder underneath my eyes. So once I've done that, I'm going to take the BH Cosmetics, I think it's 128 palette, like the first edition, and I'm going to take this really bright purple colour with this fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm basically going to contour my face. I'm going to do my forehead first so you can see what colours I'm using and all that type of stuff, and then I'll move on to the cheeks and under my chin afterwards. Alright, so starting off on my forehead, I'm just starting to like put it onto my hairline, and then I'm literally just dragging it down using circular motions. I want it to be like an ombre effect, so I'm going to start off the lightest colour first and like drag it down pretty far, and then with the second colour, like you'll see, it will be like slowly building its way up more towards my hairline. I'm going to take this colour on the exact same brush, and I'm doing exactly the same thing. Not going to lie, I did take it down a little bit too far, like farther down, but it doesn't matter because in a bit we can fix that when we go back in with more colours. But yeah, just try and keep it as close to the hairline as possible. And then once you've applied that, you just want to take a clean fluffy brush and you just want to blend it all out. So now I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution blush palette. I'm going to take this pink shade and this like lilac shade, and I'm going to mix them together, and I'm going to put this right underneath where I've just put the purple as like a transition shade. And it's also just going to help it be more glowy. Oh my god, look how glowy it is. Like, I swear to god, this is my favourite palette ever. But Anyways, we're going to take the two like white highlighter shades, and this is going to go literally just above my eyebrow because this is like the lightest part of the colour like ombre effect thing. But this is just going to also add a lot of highlight to you, I don't know what it's called, your forehead I suppose. So once you've got all the colours down, you're just going to take a clean fluffy brush like a face brush, whatever, and you just want to blend it all out just to make sure that it all like looks right and there's no harsh lines and all that type of stuff. But anyways, now that I've done my forehead, I'm going to move on to the hollows of my cheeks, and I'm literally doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to go in with the lightest purple first, and then obviously just blend it out, and then I'm going to take the other purple and then the really dark purple, and then go in with all the blush slash highlight colours from the Makeup Revolution palette. If you need to blend it out in between, then that's alright. Just take the fluffy brush that you just used on your forehead and then just go over it kind of thing. Just make sure there's like, it's all nice and blended properly, and then you can just carry on. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same thing underneath my chin. So using that little eyeshadow brush is definitely not cutting it for underneath my jawline. So I just ended up taking my usual contouring brush, made sure that it was clean, and I just ended up using that instead. I also brought it underneath my chin and my nose, and then I'm also going to take an eyeshadow brush and just contour my nose with the lightest purple shade. And then once again, when you've done that, just take the clean fluffy brush and just blend it all out so it doesn't look too harsh. With a small brush and the white highlighter shade from the Makeup Revolution palette, I'm just going to apply this to my nose, my cupid's bow and my chin. And then moving on to the eyes, I'm going to go back into the 28 Smoky Eyes palette, and I'm going to take these two colours and I'm just going to buff that into my crease but winging it out. And then I think you guessed it, you're going to blend it out afterwards with the clean fluffy brush. Taking the Unique concealer again with the same concealer brush, I'm just going to cut the crease. I'm doing mine quite dramatic today as it's a fairy look, but you can just basically do yours however you want. So now to set the concealer, I'm going to go into the Tropical Shimmer palette from BH, and I'm just going to take this lilac-y shade on a flat brush, and just going to pat this onto the concealer. With the really dark purple that we use to contour our face, I'm going to use this on a really small flat rounded brush, and I'm just going to like really carefully define the cut of the crease. So once I've done that, I'm going to go with the Collection Glitter Liner in the shade Silver, and I'm just going to line the cut of the crease. Once that's done, I'm going to go back in with the gel eyeliner that we used on our eyebrows, and honestly this wasn't the best idea, but I'm going to start drawing the patterns. If I was you, I'd use like a liquid liner, like something from NYX. Alright, so now that I've got the patterns on, by the way, I didn't want them equal, I wanted them kind of different, so that's why they aren't symmetrical. I'm going to go back in with the gel the glitter liner, and I'm just going to trace kind of the outside of the line so it still shows a bit of purple. Going back into the Tropical Shimmer palette, I'm going to take this more darker purple on like a round small brush, and I'm just going to put this underneath my lower lash line. And then just using any old eyeliner, I'm just going to do a winged liner just so it like matches the wing of the cut crease. Going back in with the 28 Smoky palette, I'm going to take these two purple shades on the same brush, and I'm just going to apply it to the outer corners of my lower lash line to help darken them up. And then going back in with that white highlighter from the Makeup Revolution palette, I'm just going to apply this to my brow bone and inner tear duct. So now for the lips, I'm going to be using a brand that I've never heard of before. It's called NYX New York. I'm going to be using the lilac shade, and I'm just going to put this all over my lips. I'm then going to take a darker shade, it's like a bluey purpley colour, and I'm just going to put this in the corners of my lips to create an ombre effect. I'm then taking the BH Cream Lips lipstick in the shade Vixen, and I'm applying that on top of the navy blue. Once the lips are done, I'm going to take some baby powder on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to apply it to the lips to make them matte. I'm now just going to do my eyelashes and mascara, so for mascara I'm just going to use the Maybelline Mega Brush Mascara, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so the very last thing we're going to do is take the SOOOOO, I think it's just like a gel glitter or something for little kids, and I'm just going to apply this onto the cheeks just to make it a little bit more fairy-like, and yeah. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take just like a brow pencil, and this is just because I want to map out the, like, you know, the star thing that I'm doing on my forehead before I put the latex on, so I've got something to like work with. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Alright, so now that we've done that, it's time to move on to the latex part. So obviously you're going to need some latex. You're going to need a tub to put the latex in, and then you're going to need either cotton pads or cotton balls, just so, like, well, that's what we're going to be using to create the little thing on our head. So I'm just going to pour a little tiny bit of the latex into the tub. You really don't need that much, just because we're not working with like a big thing today. So I'm just going to take the cotton and I'm just going to rip like a really small piece off. This piece was too big, I ended up making it smaller. It needs to fit onto the lines of where you're going to be placing it. Then with the sponge, you need an old one, because once you get it in latex it's going to be ruined. I'm just going to dip it into the latex and then put it onto the lines. Then you get the cotton and you put it on top of the latex, and then you might have guessed it, you put the latex on top of the cotton so that when it sets you can put makeup on it and it won't all just like come off. So once again, just latex, cotton, and then latex again. And then if you need to like manipulate it more and like make it into the shape that you want, I've got a little white plastic spatula, so if you've got one of them that would be great, but you can just use this to just push it in and like make the lines more sharp and all that type of stuff. Alright, so now that we've done that, I'm just going to quickly speed through it through the rest of the thing, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards.
Hey, watch out, little bitch. You get it, man. Go get it rich. You get it, man. Bitch, go get it rich. Yeah.
Right, so this is what it should look like. I was stupid, and as you can probably see, I missed a line. I have no idea why I didn't notice this, but I didn't. So just ignore that, pretend that there's a line there. But anyways, I'm just going to do that little circle on the outside, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so once you've done all of that, you need to let it dry. I'm going to take a hairdryer just because it's the quickest way to do it, and you literally just, well, put it on the cold thing, don't bloody put it on hot because you're going to burn your face, obviously. But yeah, either wait for it to dry on its own or get a hairdryer or whatever, and just like make sure it's completely dry before you start putting any makeup on it. Yay, so now for face. I'm going to take the Unique Mineral Skin Perfecting Foundation. It's the lightest shade, and I'm also going to take a white eyeshadow. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to mix the white eyeshadow with the foundation just so I can create like the lightest colour possible, because I don't necessarily want to be white, but I want to be like a really, really light colour, because I'm like a demon, I'm meant to be kind of dead, I suppose. So yeah, you don't have to do this if you've got a really light foundation, but if you have, then this kind of helps. It's kind of annoying, but it works. So anyways, you just want to mix it up in a tub, like little lid thing, whatever you've got. And then with a foundation brush, you just want to blend it all out onto your face. I'm then just going to take a fluffy brush and some baby powder, and I'm just going to set it, and I'm going to use baby powder just because it's got no colour and it's slightly white, so it's going to help me create that really like white skin effect. So now for the eyebrows, I'm going to take the BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Trio palette in the shade Dark, and I'm literally just going to do them however. Alright, so now to contour, I'm going to take my usual contouring brush again. I'm making sure it's clean, and I'm going to go back into the 28 Smoky palette and use this really light grey colour, and I'm just going to put this like everywhere I'd contour. And then once I've done that, I'm going to go in with this more darker grey, and I'm just going to really deepen up like where I've contoured. With that same little eyeshadow brush that we used to contour our nose before, I'm going to use this with the grey colour, and I'm just going to contour my nose underneath my chin and my cupid's. Once I've done that, I'm also just going to bring it up onto that little star thing that I've done on my head, and I'm just going to start like defining the edges of it, just so it looks like there's more depth to it and it's sticking out my face more. Once I've done that, I'm then just going to take a small rounded brush and define it a little bit more. But then I'm going to take a flat rounded brush and use a bit of the black from the 28 Smoky palette and just define it like even more. Alright, so now that we've done all that part, I'm going to take the red colour from the 28 Smoky palette, and this is going to go in all of them little crevices of the star thing, because it's meant to be like where the red is, it's the blood and the flesh, I suppose, and it's like you've carved the satanic star into your head. So obviously you're going to be bleeding in between all them little lines, you know what I'm saying? When that's done, I'm just going to take it on the outside of the star, on my hairline and my forehead, just because I want to make it look really irritated. As you know, we've just like carved a freaking star into her head, so it's gonna look irritated. Alright, so now moving on to the eyes, I'm just going to take the same fluffy eyeshadow brush that we've been using throughout the video, and I'm going to take this like reddy browny eyeshadow colour from the 120 eyeshadow palette from BH. I'm just going to buff. So going back into the red colour from the 28 Smoky palette, I'm going to use the flat side of the fluffy brush, and I'm going to pack this all onto my lid, and then going back into the fluffy side, I'm just going to blend it all out. Then with like a flat eyeshadow brush, I'm going to take the red and I'm just going to smoke it out really low underneath my lower lash line, and then with the fluffy brush, like the clean one, I'm going to blend it all out. Then with the small round brush that we used earlier, I'm just going to take black and apply this underneath my lower lash line and on top of my top lash line. With this white shimmery type colour, I'm going to just be taking it on my finger, and I'm going to be applying this to my inner tear ducts, just to brighten up the eye. Like, yes, I know we're a demon fairy, but we still need to look cute and like our eyes aren't. And then just with a flat rounded brush, whatever you want to use, I'm going to put this on the brow bone as well. Yay, so now for the mascara and eyelashes, I'm going to take the mascara that we used earlier, and I'm going to just use any old eyelashes. These are just Remy natural ones, and I'm just going to pop these on and then I'll be right back. So I don't feel like my face has enough colour and depth to it, so I'm going to go back in with the two grey colours on the contouring brush, and I'm just going to really like darken up the hollows of my cheeks and my jawline and that. And then with that red eyeshadow, I'm going to take the tiniest bit, and when I say tiny, I mean tiniest bit, on the contouring brush, and I'm just going to like slightly put this on my jawline and hollows of my cheeks, and also on my forehead. So I feel like it's got a bit too messy with all this grey, so I'm going to go in with the NYX contouring palette, and I'm going to take the lightest matte highlighter shade, and I'm just going to take a beauty blender, and I'm just going to clean up all where I contoured. And while this is setting, I'm going to take the Makeup Revolution Goddess of Love highlighter in the shade Goddess of Faith, and I'm just going to highlight my cheeks, because we gotta glow, girl, we gotta glow. We are a fairy, we might be a demon fairy, but we've gotta glow. And then once I've done the cheeks, I'm just going to wipe away the powder where I'm cleaning up everything, and I'm just going to apply it to my chin, my cupid's bow and my nose. Now time for lips. I'm going to be going in with the BH Cosmetics Cream Lips lipstick in the shade Te Amo. I'm just going to apply this all over my lips, and then with the Maybelline black jumbo eyeliner, just take any old eyeliner, I'm going to be lining my lips and also filling in the corners, just to create an ombre effect and also make it look a bit more evil looking, I suppose. And then once again with the baby powder, I'm just going to set it. Yes, and now it's time for the blood. So I'm going to take the Ben Nyes, I think it's the Scab blood, I have no idea, it's just really thick and it's like so good. So I'm going to be applying this with just a lip brush, like a lipstick brush. I'm going to be putting this basically in all them little crevices of the star where we coloured red, and I'm also going to be dragging it down my hairline. I'm just going to basically put it wherever I want, like wherever I feel like it's needed. I also ended up putting it underneath my eye, like dripping from the corner of my eye as well. This is basically all just preference as well, just put the blood where you want it to be. If you put too much, you can kind of kill it a little, like I kind of killed it a little, I'm not gonna lie. So it's literally just up to you, honestly. Alright, so I really wanted it to be like dripping from the star and a bit dripping from my eye. So I'm going to take just a, I think it's just a SOOOOO, like, I think it's gel blood, so it drips pretty easily. But I made the mistake of like the little thing where it squirts out of, it wasn't working, so I had to use a brush. And it didn't really work too well, so it went kind of messy, and I think this is where I fucked it all up, so don't be like me. So I'm going to take this lethal stuff. It's called Rigid Collodion. I swear to God, it stinks and it's really scary. But I'm going to be applying this onto my cheeks and then like kind of on my chin. On my cheek I'm going to be creating just like that little satanic like upside down cross thing. And then on the chin it's just going to be like a normal line. And what this stuff does, it's really weird, it creates scars. It like suctions in your skin underneath the liquid when it dries, and like it's weird but it works so well. So yeah, I just thought this would add on a little bit extra stuff. I also tried to go back in with the scab blood afterwards, like on top of the gel blood, and that shit does not work. Like it does not stick at all, and I think that's what ruined it more. So if you want to make the drips look more realistic and have like the thicker parts of the blood, I suggest you put that on first and then drip the gel blood over the top of that. But anyways, this is the end of the look. I hope you guys all really liked it, and yeah, now you can see my face talking again. Right, so this is the end of the video. I hope you guys all really liked it. I know I had so much fun doing this. Like, I had no idea they were going to turn out like this. Like, I didn't think they were going to be like this good. I don't know, but I'm pretty proud of myself. Like I said in the start of the video, this has been really fun for me. I've been having a bit of a creative block, so doing this has really just got all my little, what are they called? I don't know. Got my juices flowing. I don't know. Oh, I almost got. But anyways, don't forget to check out LXS TV's video as well, and also comment down below which one was your favourite, the good fairy or this. Anyways, I'm going to just end this video here because I have a feeling it's really long, just because there was a lot to fit in this little tutorial. So I'm just going to let you go now. I hope you liked it. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Bye guys. Whee! Shimmery colours in like your crease and stuff like that. So that's what you're going to get most use out of, is the matte one. But then the two shimmer palettes are also really nice as well. The just shimmer palette is going to be better for the people who want like more colourful like eyeshadows and